Hi, it's Erica, and this is Before the Interview. Stephen Curtis Chapman, the legend, has just walked into the studio, and you can imagine he's getting settled with his guitar because he's going to sing for us. He's got his Starbucks. There's laughing. There's hugging. There is much joy. And then we presented him with our little gift, the gift of 2 luggage tags. One is a sloth on a beach ball, and the other is a beautiful butterfly for his wife, Mary Beth, because they're about to go on a cruise to Alaska. This is Stephen's reaction to our little gift.
That is so cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. And I think Steve has some advice for you and Mary Beth.
I do. I went on one cruise, so I'm a veteran of one cruise, and I can tell you that the key to happiness on a cruise is to have one of those soft serve ice cream cones. Everybody who's got the soft serve cone is happy. The other people, they might be happy, they might not be happy.
But that's the secret. Yeah. I think truly the secret is to kind of one up that is not just to have one, but to have one at least every couple of hours. It's like you need to have them regularly. It's just not one.
How often do you want to be happy?
How often do you That's right. Can you have too much of happy?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so. It's like, so I'm with you.
So I know your family has grown a lot. I was curious what your grandpa name is.
Oh, that's a great question because I love it so much. So my kids call me Pops, my boys particularly because they're really cool. My boys, Caleb and Will, they are my favorite rock band.
Yes.
Colony House. They toured with me for many years, and now they're making their own records. In fact, I was able to coerce them into coming in the studio and helping me create some of my new music. They wrote and produced some of it with me. Wow. So it has moments of coolness, believe me, because of them, not because of me. But they call me Pops. Hey, Pops, what's going on? Hey, can you come help us with this or whatever? So when we had our first grandbabies, we thought it would be Pops, but the first one, Eiley, who is going to define, what the first grandchild defines what the name is, the variation of whatever you suggest, and so she called it Pop-Pops, and so she doubled it. So I'm Pop-Pops, and Mary Beth is Grammy, so it's Grammy and Pop-Pops.
Excellent.
Yeah,
that's got to feel good.
It feels really good. I like it a lot.
Oh, man. Stephen, we've been listening to your new song, Don't Lose Heart. And I mean, we just love it.
Yes.
How do you keep from losing heart in the times we're living through? What's your secret, your strategy? Because as much as we'd love to be on a cruise all the time, we can't.
I know. It isn't where we live. That's right. And so, and which is why I've felt compelled to write the song and share it, because I have written a lot of songs and shared a lot of things and a lot of truths. And there are a lot of, now more than ever, just music. There's so many great artists and so much great music being made. And does the world even need another song from, this guy that's been doing it for 35 years,
yes,
Stephen Curtis Chapman? So thank you. You answered the question. I've been wondering and I've been waiting for the answer. So yes. But, the reason for this song and an entire new collection of songs, we call them albums back in the day, records.
Yes.
We still make those. I still make those, and I finished one now I'm so excited about. But, that is the question I think that so many of us are asking with walking through this last 3 years, global pandemic. Everything has changed, unprecedented times, craziness in our world, in our nation, wars and just division, and even in the church. And so how do we not lose heart? And honestly, the reason I wrote the song is when I think of my journey and I think of, what has kept me from, those moments when I have wanted to just lose heart, lose hope, lose faith. We are made to walk in relationship with each other. Yes. We're created, God, the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. We see it right there, from the beginning. It's not good for man to be alone, not good for us to be alone because God, made us for relationship. And so when I think about what has kept me in that, it is those phone calls, text messages, conversations, encouragement of people just saying, hey, today I'm going to need you to encourage me. And then tomorrow, probably, or next week, you're going to need to be the one reminding me, hey, we know how this story ends. Let's not forget. Because right now we look at it and just go, this is hopeless. This is crazy. The world has gone crazy. And let's just go find a, cruise ship or a deserted island, somewhere. But we, like you said, that's not where we live. It's not where we're called to live as people of faith. Mm-hmm. People that are, we are sojourners here. We're on a journey. This is not home. We're not home yet. We know that. And So we got to keep reminding each other of that. My pastor, so many of my songs, Scotty Smith, my pastor for many, many years and dear friend, who left me a message yesterday. How you doing, brother? Don't lose heart. One of those, again, encouragements. He's been on the journey with me in so many of those valleys. And I'm thinking, of just so many of my songs are written from his messages. And he, over and over again, he'll say, we are not home yet. Don't forget, brothers and sisters, we're not home yet. I wrote a song called We're Not Home Yet.
Yeah.
So from that message, but just so many of those reminders that, we are on a journey and we have got to keep reminding each other of what is most true. I think that's the thing. It is true that our world is crazy. It is true that there's a lot that we don't understand right now. It's true that there's a lot of amazing things happening and a lot of really hard things happening that we don't know what's coming next. That's true. We don't have to stick our head in the sand and pretend. That's the great thing about as believers. We can stare face to face with it and go, hey, yeah, it's all true. In this world, you will have trouble. Take heart. Jesus says, I've overcome the world.
Yes.
How are we going to remember that, unless, some knucklehead, is singing a song to us going, don't lose heart, and friends that will just say, hey, remember where this is going. Stay encouraged. Keep remembering, And then I had to say it in the song because one of those great verses and, it reminds us these afflictions, that yes, are real and very real. And some of us have felt them in a very intense way. There's a lot of loss and ache and grief. And that's real, but these afflictions are temporary. It's preparing us for a glory that's eternal, and just those kinds of things that keep pumping life back into our hearts, if we'll just keep remembering it.
I love it. So ever since you mentioned your song, We're Not Home Yet, I've been singing it here in my head. All of your songs that you've ever written are so singable. That's a problem for people who can't sing.
No, it's good. It's making joyful noise. Come on, girl.
I don't know if you'd call this noise joyful, but anyway, I'm serious. But in this new song, Don't Lose Heart, you talk about holding on to God's promises.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, what's the one that you are holding on to right now? Like you're clinging to it like a life preserver.
Yeah, which is a good, maybe not good analogy on the fact that I'm getting ready to get on a cruise ship. Thank you for that. Clinging to it like a life preserver. Is this prophetic?
At least there's a life preserver there.
At least there is a life preserver. Is there a life raft? Yeah. Is this, what's the name of this boat again? The Titanic? What is that? No. So I was actually just reading this morning, looking through some verses that are related to song lyrics. I always like to include scripture verses when I'm releasing a new album where people can go back and kind of do a little Bible study if they want to, listening to the song and reading a verse and kind of getting that. For me, just over and over again, the fact that this promise that God is going to, He is making all things new. There's a great verse, the one seated on the throne, which that tells us everything we need to know right now. He is in control. Says, not just, I'm in control, so chill out, or, I got this, so quit your whining, or, whatever. But I love that it says, the one seated on the throne says, I am making all things new. And that's everything. And when I think about the fact that He doesn't waste anything, He's working all things together for our good, for His glory, that's what He's in the process of doing right now.
Yes.
So whatever it is that's going on, if we can really believe that He is that good, and that faithful, He's going to redeem all of it. He's making new whatever these things are, even these hard things. I love it that it's just not going to be like, I don't know what that was about. Let's just toss that out, kind of like, whoa, boy, that was rough. But that He's so good and so sovereign that He's actually going to take all of those things and He's creating something out of that is for our good and for His glory. And it will all be on purpose when we see what He's doing as He's making it new. That's pretty amazing.
As I've been singing ever since I knew you were coming, He's the King of the Jungle. That was my song when I was a teenager, learning how to drive, and we're at the cassette tape. And then when I moved to Virginia, took a big leap of faith. It was like, I remember downloading Saddle Up Your Horses, and you were on that journey. And then my mom got cancer. One of the songs that you sang just swam up in my memory in those moments.
Yeah.
Like, His strength is perfect. And I remember walking around the neighborhood and just listening to that over and over. You've had such an impact. You called yourself a knucklehead, but you're the opposite. So we hope you keep writing and writing songs. So grateful for you. God bless you, your ministry, your family, your cruise, all of it.
Thank you. Bless y'all. Love you. Appreciate so much
time.
what you do. All right. Thank y'all.
Love you so much.